Greetings, Conrads. What's up? Greetings, Conrads. What's up? Alright. We have a new Spider-Man, and his name is Garfield. Now, when I first heard this news, I go, are you serious? We are going to have a fat orange cat portray the role of the greatest hero of all time? Voiced by Bill Murray? Are you kidding me? Then I took a big step back and realized it's not actually Garfield, the fat orange cat. It is Andrew Garfield, who is an imaginary Dr. Parnassus Boy A, which I heard was brilliant, and Lions for Lambs. Nothing big, but if you were watching my show, if you were one of the 3 people who watched my show last Friday, I went onto YouTube during my show and I saw that Eric with no K, again, announced the big Spider-Man news about the fact that Andrew Garfield was playing Spider-Man. Now, I looked it up, things that popped out right away. British, 26 years old. Everybody keeps saying 27. I'll have to look at that in a sec, but everybody keeps saying 27. I heard 26 from some places, but that's beside the point. This guy, I didn't have a problem with him being British, because the person I wanted to play Spider-Man was Aaron Johnson, who played Kick-Ass. I thought that would have been a perfect choice. So I don't have a problem with the fact that he's British. But if you did watch my show, you saw that I was very, very disgusted with the choice. I took a big step back, watched the Boy A trailer, watched some clips with him. I'm actually quite impressed with his acting. I think he can do a good job. Don't know, this guy's 26, he's gonna be 27 fairly soon, so I don't know if this guy is going to, he's not gonna be as good as Tobey Maguire, but the thing is, the first Spider-Man movie doesn't hold up today. I know how much of a sacrilege that sounds to some people, but the effects in that movie are not very good by today's standards, and they really weren't that good for 2002, really. But especially every scene with the Green Goblin is tough to watch, but this guy's 27, and that was the thing that popped into my mind, is that, why? That's not good. 27 is... Look at it this way. I'm going to be in high school. I'm 15. Most people I know who are in high school are 14. He's twice their age. So, they're going to have to make him a senior in high school, unlike I thought they were going to make him younger. And I know that they said they wanted somebody younger, but the truth is they don't know what they want. Alright, Hollywood people they're greedy, but they're not smart. Yes, exactly. They're greedy, but they're not smart. They feel that getting a guy like this will make them more money. I don't know why. But I think that there's something about the underdog appeal of an unknown actor. Had they have chosen somebody like Zac Efron, I feel like they thought that there would have been a backlash. Because people have seen his movies, so they went with a safer choice. But that being said, I think I'm not really here just to talk about his casting, because I like this casting, actually. As surprising as it sounds to some people, I really, really like this choice. The other cast members, which we haven't heard yet, I need to make this movie, you know, what I think it should be. They need to do one thing and one thing only. There's one cast member that they can't replace. J.K. Simmons. If they don't bring back J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah Jameson, there is no way that the movie will not be as good as it could have been with that, because he is J. Jonah Jameson. He's perfect. Who else are you gonna get? Nobody at all. And I'm afraid that they're gonna. I would rather have them leave him out the entire movie than get a new actor. Now, I think that they should bring him back. Emma Stone as Mary Jane would be perfect. Now, this is serious. If Anton Yelchin as Harry Osborn, if they were going to do the Green Goblin again, which I don't think that they should. I think that they should do Doc Ock in this movie, and at the end of it have Harry's dad die for some unknown reason, and the second one do Venom, and the third one do Green Goblin. Or Hobgoblin. Harry has got Hobgoblin. Anton Yelchin as Harry Osborn would be good. And as strange as this sounds, for those people who did see the Human Centipede, the doctor and that guy who played the mad scientist in that movie, I think would be perfect casting for that role. He is so creepy, and I think he'd be better than Willem Dafoe, because Willem Dafoe, as good of an actor as he is, the guy's crazy looking, and there were some times in the Spider-Man movies when he just overacted a little bit too much. So I think that this guy from the Human Centipede, as weird as that sounds, and they're never gonna cast this guy, but I think he'd be a good choice. So that's really my thoughts on this reboot. I'm so worried because I think that they could make something amazing, but at the same time, I think that they could totally screw it up. I like the director that they have. Mark Webb. The best thing about 500 Days of Summer to me was the directing. I think the biggest problem was the editing and some of the writing. I know that's a sacrilege because people say, oh my god, it's the greatest script ever, and it's so artful and masterful, and you don't understand relationships. That script is very pretentious to me, and I feel like the character, Zooey Deschanel's character, is not a likable character in that movie. I don't want to get it started on, I'm just saying. But the direction was fantastic, and I think that Mark Webb works really well to make people seem like real everyday people, which is a good thing. But the biggest problem is the fact that I don't know if he'll be able to handle something this huge. But Spider-Man is supposed to be like us, the regular everyday superhero. So I think that's why Mark Webb is a good cast choice for directing. So I'm worried. But I'm worried about how much money this movie will make, because in 2012, we have the Avengers, maybe Iron Man 3, but probably, no, the Iron Man 3 will probably be 13. We have Batman 3 and the Star Trek sequel. 3 movies that, had they have come out this year, would have been #1 on my most anticipated movies of the year list. So, I don't know if this movie needs to be great if they want to make another sequel, because I'm afraid that with the cast that they will get, it might be a disappointment. This is only my opinion. I know I'm rambling on, but I really haven't been able to talk about this reboot that much, and I love Spider-Man. I hope it turns out like the Batman series does. I hope it does. I hope they make 3 of the greatest movies of all time. Will I think that'll happen? No, because I think that Spider-Man is too... what I would say, it's too campy, too cheesy of a hero to make a really gritty, dark movie out of it. Just the color palette of the movies and the way that the characters act is just too comic booky to make a dark movie. You can make it dark, but you know, not to a point where it gets silly, like Spider-Man 3. So that's all I have to say about that. That's everything I needed to say. I just emptied I ate a bunch of Spider-Man reboot crap and I just dumped it all out. Alright, so that's it. I'll see you guys later. I just want to say one more thing. I'm having a lot of fun lately making these videos. I'm happy to be entertaining you guys. Hopefully you guys like me. If you don't, well, at least you're watching me. So I'll see you guys later.